Hello, my name is Beth Green. Otherwise known as Granny Rocks. And this is.
James Maynard, otherwise known as Sweet Baby James. I'm handling the chat tonight, so please chat with us. I'll pass on to Beth whatever you say, and she will chat with you.
That's right. I can talk to you live if you're live. If you're not live, I can't talk to you live.
That's
Right? So, tonight I want to talk about something that is really important to me, and it's about strength and power and what the difference is between strength and power and why that matters. And it matters a lot, not only to us, but to our world. But before we get into that, Sweet Baby James is going to introduce our show, and it looks like someone is already speaking to us.
Indeed. Well, you have come to Granny Rocks, which takes place every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. It's our opportunity for Granny to share with us her wisdom, her wit, and her very uncommon sense.
And to play the piano at the same
And
time.
to play the music to help the message come in a nice, smooth, wonderful way.
Do we have a comment already, James? It
Yes,
looks
we
like.
do. We have a comment from Elvira,
Oh,
and she gives an icon that says "Super."
I love it. I guess you like the topic, or we're so happy to have you here. So, so I've been thinking a lot about strength and power because I'm getting stronger. I mean, physically stronger. Now, there's a lot of ways to be strong. And by the way, I know that people use these terms often interchangeably. You know, I have the power, I have the strength, and so on, and I understand that. And I'm not here to quibble about definitions or look it up in the dictionary or anything like that. I just want you to understand what I mean about strength and power and why I think that that's really important.
But before we go on, perhaps we could share some of the comments that have already come in.
Great!
Quite a few, actually.
Great, great, great. Thank
Tracy
you.
says hello and sends a heart of love and a wave. Elizabeth says hi and sends a heart of love also. Thank
Hi
you.
there. Hello.
Amy says hi, you two, and sends caring.
Thank you, Amy.
And Catalina says, what does she say? She just says mic check. And thank you for that. I did check the mic and it's fully working nicely now. Let's see. She says, sounds great now.
Good.
And Kay says, GN to both of you with lots of hearts and caring sent.
Well, hello,
That
Kay.
must mean good night.
Oh,
GN?
gee, I have no one. Maybe.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
Good night.
Okay, good night.
Good night to
Good
you.
evening. Good news.
And John says hello.
Oh, hi, John. Oh, John, this John, I happen to know. I knew him so many years ago. I don't even want to tell you. It was probably back in the 80s or early 90s that I knew John. So it's wonderful to see you.
And that's it for now.
Okay.
Catalina just says, sounds great now, James.
Excellent.
And Amy said the same thing, basically.
Excellent.
Thanks. Goodbye with a little help from my friends.
So when I say strength, what I mean is kind of like a dictionary, meaning of strength. That I have the power to resist something, you know what I mean? Or to accomplish something. And it looks like we already have another comment.
And Angeline says, blessings, you beautiful, live, wise rock stars.
Oh.
Yahoo!
Oh, yeah, we are so
Granny rocks, and
Yeah,
so does
we
Gramps.
rock star, no doubt, no doubt. So strength is something that is internal, that gives me the capacity to do something that I need to do. Like I have the strength to
Move your arms
move
or
up my
pick something
arms
up.
or stand up or withstand the force that's trying to push me over in the wind and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we talk about power, we usually are referring to the power to control other things or people,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Oh, Jose says, hi, Mama and Papa. God
Hi!
bless you. God bless
Hi!
you, Jose. Oh, and Kay says, hi, new here.
Oh, new here.
New here.
Lovely,
Why, great
lovely.
to have you with
Welcome,
us,
welcome,
Kay.
welcome. Great. So this distinction between having strength, which is something inner that gives us the capacity to either withstand something that is trying to push us around, like the wind or somebody, and power, which is our ability to influence other things or other people. Now, we tend to use these words interchangeably, but can you see the difference?
Yes,
It's a huge difference,
it is.
and and it is a difference that would make the world a different place. See, if we all focused on our strength and not on our power, we would not have power relationships in our world,
Right.
right?
What do you mean by that?
Well, people want to have power over one another, right? Like, oh, I am the boss and I want to have power over my workers. I want them to do what I want, and I don't really care that much
That
what
also
they
carries
want.
over to personal relationships,
Oh,
doesn't it?
absolutely. So I was just using that as an example. So if I have power in my relationship, it's like I can get you to do what I want. Like, oh, I can threaten you with leaving, or I can threaten you with cutting off your allowance, or I can threaten you with embarrassment. Like, oh, I'm going to disclose who you are, or I'm going to threaten you. You see what I mean? That's power. That gives you power over somebody. There are many things that give you power over, like moral authority. It's like, well, I'm the parent and I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, right? And I have the power because I determine what you eat, when you go to sleep, when you wake up, what you're going to do. And sometimes power can be very subtle. It's like, oh, yes, I really want my son to inherit my business and just be like me. And I'm going to use every power I have to get him to do that. That could be guilt tripping him or lots of other things, right? So that, or I want to have the power over my wife so she doesn't go to get a job outside the home, or that she does, or whatever it is, or that she always takes care of the kids. Oh, the kids are crying and I have the power to get her to take care of them, or whatever it is. See, now, what does power do? It kind of overrules your natural self.
Mm.
I want you to do what I want. Or else I won't love you anymore. And lots of time, young people don't even realize how much power others have over them. It could be parents, right? Because you don't have any source of income. Or it could be you have no other source of awareness. Like you've learned all this stuff from your parents and you don't even question it because they have the power of brainwashing you, telling you what is so and what is not so. You see what I mean? Now, I want you to do two things. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to look at two things around power. Who has power over you? And who do you try to have power over? And what would it be like if you focused on strength instead? So strength would mean I am holding on to myself, to my inner being, no matter what's going on. For example, I'm reading Facebook or I'm watching the news. I was in a very good mood. And then I watch it and suddenly there's all this negativity and disgusting stuff going on in my head because of what I'm reading. So what I'm reading has the power to change my state of mind and my being in a way. And I don't want that. I want to have the strength to hold on to who I am. So, but it's not just something like social media. It could be, the political party that you've identified with, a social group that has power over your thinking so that you're not even thinking, so that you're doing things that you don't even believe in, but you don't even notice because the people around you have the power to making you think a certain way, and that's a terrible thing, right? So we need strength, a lot of strength. Now, strength could be, as I said, physical, Do I have the strength to pick up this laptop? But do I have the power to stop you from influencing me? Is an interesting question. There, I think that strength and power really connect. Like, okay, do I have the inner strength? Do I have the inner strength to stand up to the mob, to say no to the hate, to say no to the prejudice, to this complete stupidity of some of the things that we believe? Do I have the strength to say, I want to see the evidence of that. I don't want to just take your word for it. Oh no, how can I do that? My friends aren't going to like me. So I see they've written something, let's say on Facebook or something else like that. And am I willing to say, what is your source for that? How do you know that? How do you even know that's true? I very rarely see that. Maybe you see it. I don't see it a lot. I see people saying, oh, that was so terrible. Oh, yes, that's it. Oh, how wonderful. It's like, the inner strength to stand up to the influence that other people are having, who are themselves being influenced by other people who don't even know where the ball started to roll, right? We need that kind of strength, guys. But do we have it, and why not? A lot of us have had very traumatic experiences, both in childhood and adulthood. And what do you think that does to us? For most of us, it makes us weaker. That trauma kind of like, oh my God, it just starts to chip away at our inner strength. And we start to get tired. And I notice that because, something interesting has happened to me lately, and I've been talking about this a little bit. I created some healing music, and I'm getting more strong. I mean, physically, it's obvious. And I think it's making me stronger internally. So I'm not so influenced by the mood of maybe
the guy next to you.
The guy next to me, So I need strength to hold on to myself. So this is happening to me. I'm beginning to develop strength. So I'm seeing it. It's like, wow, that's different. I didn't even realize. I always knew that I had problems standing up to certain things, like I'm an empath and I feel your feelings. I don't want to feel your feelings and think they're mine. I want to have the strength to have my own thoughts, my own feelings. So people have been terribly traumatized in their life and they're losing their strength. Some people try to work out in the gym and develop that physical strength, and there, of course, is nothing wrong with that. But we need more than physical strength. We need moral strength. We need courage, which comes from strength. You know, it's one thing for me to lie there in bed and say, oh, no, that's terrible. But I'm so weak that I can't even fight back. Do you
We have an
understand?
interesting comment that's just come in.
Oh, let me hear.
This is one's from Amy. She says, I see my personal and work relationships as power struggles,
Yes.
where we are each trying to use power to get the other person or persons to do what each of us want, to win.
Exactly. Exactly right, Amy.
Yeah, thank you, Amy. It's a great comment.
So many relationships are like that. So I am now going to challenge you to think about, where are you lacking in strength and where are you trying to gain power instead of strength? Oh, are you in a work situation where all you really want is power to make the problems go away, to get the boss to do what you want, to push other people out of the way, to get ahead, to whatever it is you're trying to do, get that power, get that power, get that power, get that power? Or are you trying to get the strength inside to stick with yourself and your guns, which, by the way, often does not give you power? On the contrary, a lot of times we know that one of the things that gives us power is agreeing with people who are in power, right? So many people in the political arena think they're powerful because they're close to somebody with power, and they listen to that person and they flatter that person. Is that strength, guys? I don't think so.
By the way, we have another comment. Pamela says, hello, dear friends. Watching and listening tonight with my sweet mother.
Oh, lovely, Pamela.
That
Thank
is
you
lovely.
for
Thank
bringing
you.
Mom with you. I hope you get to hear the whole show, and if not, you can go replay us. So sometimes we need to assert strengths with our parents, as a matter of fact, because we don't want to be too influenced by anybody that takes away from our own integrity, right?
Yes.
But as I
yes.
said, many times people are going for power and they are not going for strength because they're doing what they need to gain control over others, and instead of gaining control over us, which is what strength really is.
By the way, we have another comment from Amy. This is nice. I need to develop the strength to see things from other people's points of view instead of just my own.
Very
and
good
finding
point.
ways to work together, using each of our strengths to accomplish something better.
Wonderful. Great
Wow,
comment,
great
Amy.
comment.
Great
Thank you.
comment. That's exactly right. So look at yourself, and I want you to think about it right now. Have you been spending your life trying to develop strength? Or power? Move over, shove over, do it my way. Get me what I want. Ego power, right?
Give me what I want or I'll throw a tantrum. I'll
That's
make you
right.
sorry.
That's right. Using the power against other people is like, oh yeah, because see, that's the other side. Is that one of the things that gives us power is using what we have against them. So let's say we have a child that desperately needs our love, and we're not looking at what they need. We want them to behave. We want them to do what we want. And we use that power against them because, oh yeah. I mean, it could be, wait till daddy comes home and he's going to beat you up, or I'm going to beat you up. Sometimes it's physical and obvious.
Spank you, punish
Spank
you.
And sometimes it's just emotional, like, oh, your father's not going to like that, right? And suddenly it's like they're using their power to undermine your strength. And we've all gone through this.
Yes, we have. Nothing new just yet.
Nothing new. Okay. So can we take a moment and ask ourselves, are we trying to strengthen us? Are we trying to gain power over others? And it does make a difference, because if someone is trying to push us around, we can get the inner strength to not get pushed around without retaliating with power and trying to make them less powerful, right? It's hard. This world, our whole world is based on power. I think Amy was talking about that. It's not just you, Amy, and your situation. It's all based on power. I have the power to hire you. I have the power to fire you, unless you belong to a union. And then you might have the power to say, the hell with you, right? But then that's no good. Then everybody says, oh, those terrible unions, because they give people power. You know what I mean? But I can understand that. Some people you don't have the strength individually, so you go towards one another. But then we don't want to have the unions get into power either. It's a shift in the way that we relate to the world. That's what I'm talking about. So is anybody ready to declare that they are prepared to turn in the power badge and pick up the strength?
By the way, Karen is with us, and she sends a love of what's going on, what's happening in the show. And Angeline says, hi, Karen.
Lovely.
And Blanquita says, hello, Beth and James.
Oh, hello.
Hola.
Hola, Blanquita.
Yeah.
So can we together say, I know that it's easier to go for power than strength. I know that our society rewards power and believes in power and teaches about power. But do I have the strength to stand up to that and to maybe unite with others who want the same thing? So, sometimes there is strength in numbers, right? That we support one another to do the right thing. So this is the challenge of the week to my dear friends out there.
Yes.
To really look at where you're going for strength, where you're going for power, and making that commitment to change the world by going for strength rather than power. Because if you're going for power yourself to counteract the power of others, you're perpetuating the whole system of power and domination. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I believe you talk about being in that power submission universe, whether you're either under the power of some other force or you're in power over some other.
That's right.
And it's better just to unplug from that whole thing.
That's right.
And get in touch with your strength and channel your strength for good, for
Right.
nurturing, for helping.
Right.
Yeah.
And develop it. So I hope that you have enjoyed this program. I hope I've given you lots to think about. And I will be very happy to hear from you, even if you join us, after the show. Put in your comments. Please share this show with others. I think everybody needs to hear this.
Oh, here's
honestly.
a wonderful comment.
What?
Nancy says, "Deep, I accept the challenge."
Whoa!
Yay!
Whoa,
you go,
Nancy!
girl.
Yay!
You
Yay!
go.
And I want to remind you guys that we do have a discussion group after Seeing Through New Glasses, and
It's called Seeing New Through Glasses, and it's on
I
at
meant
7 o'clock.
yes.
7
Thank
o'clock
you.
Pacific
After
time.
this show, Granny Rocks, Seeing Through New Glasses, and then in that meeting we talk about what the show actually means to you and how you relate. And we've already closed registration for this 3-month period, but you can always join us later. Just write to me at beth@bethgreen.org. And also check out the program Hear Your Soul in Music.
Mhm.
And
when is that?
Express Your Soul in Movement. That is on Sunday, November 7th at 11 a.m. Pacific time, which is, all kinds of different times. And we have an event in Facebook, and I just put up another post about it. And you have to buy a ticket, but it's not all that expensive. And I am going to play the piano. You're going to give me a theme that means something to you. And I'm going to perform music that I'm personally intuiting for you. So look for that and come. It's going to be a video conference. We'll be talking live to one another. It's going to be great.
Yeah, for more information, it is posted on the Facebook page.
That's right. So anyway, we better shut up because we have a group.
But we have a
that's
couple of
meeting.
more.
Oh my God.
Islands says,
Oh,
dropped in late. Hello, old friend. Glad to have you back.
So happy to see you, Islan. And
And Boyk sends a wonderful message. Says, love you. God bless us.
thank you, boy.
Thank you, boy. God bless you.
Always happy to see you too.
And all of us.
Okay, so like the show, love the show, comment, share, follow my page. Come back for Beth Green's Magical Piano Improvisations
That's
every
tomorrow night.
Thursday night. That's tomorrow night at 7 p.m. where I actually just play the piano. And every Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time where we do the Granny Rock Show. And check out our program about You Dance. See, I play the piano to your theme, Hear Your Soul in Music, and Express Your Soul in Movement, and you get to dance. I mean, it's really exciting. So I'm running out of time, blah, 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 blah. So I just want you to take a look and see and join us. We can do our part. We may not be able to change the world like that because we don't have the power, but we do have the strength to do our part.
Yes.
Thank
Bye-bye
you
for now.
so
Thanks
much
for
for
coming.
coming.
It's been fun.